In this lecture, we will quickly add the toggle control component for toggling the show register attribute for the auth modal block. I know I could have provided the code for you. However, I want to give you another opportunity to practice writing components for manipulating attributes. Let's get started. The attributes have been prepared ahead of time. We don't need to add this attribute. We can begin adding the component. Inside your editor, open the index.js file. At the top of the file, let's update the import statement for the components package to include the toggle control component. Next, we can start adding the component to the inspector controls component. Typically, we would add the attribute. However, I've already included the attributes for you. We can start inserting this component into the sidebar. Inside the panel body component, add the toggle control component. Let's quickly run through the properties. The label property will be set to the following translatable text: show register. Next, set the help property to a ternary operator. The condition will be the show register attribute. If the show register attribute is set to true, let's render the following translatable text: showing registration form. Otherwise, the message will say the following: hiding registration form. Afterward, let's set the checked attribute to the show register property. The property will configure the current value. Lastly, let's add the onChange event to update the attribute. As usual, we're going to pass in a function to accept the new value. The argument will be called showRegister. Inside the function's body, we can call the setAttributes function to update the showRegister attribute. We're finished. Let's try refreshing the Gutenberg editor to test the block's options. Before adding the block, let's remove the other blocks from the page. It's starting to get cluttered. Next, we are going to add the header tools and authentication modal blocks to the page. Our focus should be on these two blocks. Upon selecting the authentication modal block, we can toggle the show register attribute. For this course, we are going to enable the registration form. As for the header tools blocks, the login link is enabled. After making those changes, save the page. There's not much else to the authentication modal block. We are going to have a single setting. In the next set of lectures, we are going to work on making the login and registration forms functional. This is where things are going to start getting challenging. When you're ready, I'll see you in the next lecture.